very, very welcome here in Archbishop's House for this launch of the John Paul II Sports Foundation, or Foundation for Sports. Many of you will recall the visit of Pope Benedict XVI just over a year ago. And for me, a few weeks ago, we celebrated the first anniversary of that visit and focused on all sorts of different aspects of it. But one thing we did not recall in our first anniversary reflection, and that was his encouragement, his announcing of the intention in this country to establish a John Paul II Foundation for Sport. And this evening sees us move from that aspiration, given as much encouragement as we could find, to the reality. The tradition or the notion of a John Paul II Foundation of Sport is new to this country, but it's not new in other parts, especially of Europe. And it does what many of you do, which is to encourage, for all sorts of reasons, the importance of sport, especially in young people's lives. And that's where it's not difficult to find support for a venture such as this. For myself, everything I did as a youngster was underpinned with a kind of layer of sport. There's this sense that sport, whether it's casual, like some that I'm speaking about, or well-structured and well-organised, adds so much to a youngster's life. I think it teaches us to shape and entertain aspiration. It teaches us to cope with failure and disappointment. It teaches us how to see ourselves as part of a team, and a team is always better than a gang. It teaches us how to have a sense of a healthy self.
And then Pope John Paul II said that the outdoors, mountaineering, climbing, develops character. And he showed that all through his life. As a little boy, just in the way Archbishop Vincent was talking about, as a little boy, John Paul II played in the playground in a school which had Catholics and Jews, and that's how they chose the teams, Catholics v Jews. And he was one of the better players, and to even the teams up, he was very happy to go in goal for the opposition. And again, we'd like to encourage, in the right place, that kind of approach to sport. But he also welcomed competitors at the highest levels, the Olympics and so on. And he spoke at the European Games for the Blind when they came to Rome in 1985, and he said, by your courage in overcoming your challenges, you inspire us all in sport. And he talked about the right way of playing sport. Sport, he said, when played and understood in the right way, releases the energies of the soul and shows us how to overcome our difficulties and to work together in the way that the Archbishop described. One of the board members of the foundation, Michelle Miller, knows a number of young Olympians, and she's been able to get them to talk about the values that John Paul II stands for in sport. That she got Tom Daly to talk to her about the values of sport, about John Paul II, and about this foundation. So I think we'll just hear a few words from Tom Daly, and then from midnight, this goes live on our website, and we think that young people will want to give their versions of his message.
Hi, I'm Tom Daly, and I'm hoping you're having a really good time down there. I'm really looking forward to the London Olympic Games. It will provide a great opportunity for our country to share in the excitement and hopefully success as we host the world's finest sporting talent. And the Games give us a chance to marvel in what humans can achieve. For me, it's the result of talent, hard work, and the support of many, including my faith. The John Paul II Foundation for Sport will give young people the chance to explore faith, values, friendship, and many other important issues through the legacy of the 2012 Games. It is great to know that sport will play such an important part in their lives. I wish the Foundation every success on the occasion of its official launch. Thank you.
Now, people tend to remember things more when they see visuals. You don't remember what you hear, but you remember what you see. So to underline the charity, have that. But notice, underneath, I'm still a priest. The idea of, as I see it, John Paul's idea about humanity is that we are one, but we have those 4 dimensions which I always call the pies of life, the P-I-E-S, physical, intellectual, emotional and spiritual. And they are very closely interwoven. And what you can achieve on one, you can achieve on the other. Every morning I do 75 press-ups. One of the reasons I do this, of course, though I'm motivated by pride and vanity, is to earn respect in the gangs, because there aren't many people in gangs who manage to do 70 plus.
74.
John Paul II will be like a flotilla of initiatives. Education, giving prizes to people who work well in sport. Summer camp, probably in Mount St Mary's where I was last week. Every parish, a sports club. When I was a teenager, played for school on Saturdays and for various parishes on Sunday. I love sport. I was under 15s javelin champion for Wandsworth. How's that for fair? I thought 75 press-ups was a lot, and it would be vanity. But then I heard about this 100-year-old Sikh who runs the marathon with a turban on. I can't run marathons because of my sciatic nerve, but we do what we can. The flagship of this flotilla will be what I call gangs to clubs. Schools are one of the laziest buildings in the world. They're open from 8 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening. Let's open the schools using their gymnasia, sports facilities, halls from 6 to 10, getting the local people off the streets, manning them, or womaning them if you like, by trained athletes, sports people from football clubs, rugby clubs, retired PE teachers, whatever. Using what is there, converting people who are aimless, who are looking for community, because that's what young people look for. And they seek a gang? No, let's go join the team. To do it, we'll need an awful lot of help. So thank you for coming.